Guys, what's going on? Hey, I want to show you something here. I want to introduce you to our new project. Say hello to the $600 Crawler Holla right here. Bang, 2005 Silverado 3500 cabin chassis with a flatbed. I'm not sure if it's long enough to put the K10 on it or if I'm going to have to extend it. But I have to make some ramps anyways. But yeah, so let me show you this sucker. Let me turn my light on and we'll do a quick walk around. Alright guys, so before I do a walk around on it, I'll kind of just let you look at it a little bit and see what we got going on and some stuff like that and tell you why I got this. So I've been looking around, like a couple of my friends, they got one of my buddy's girls, she got a big Ford flatbed to haul her Jeep, and I got to thinking, I'm like, well, you know, getting one of those is like almost cheaper than buying a freaking car trailer, and then I gotta have the truck to tow the car trailer and all that stuff. And like the K20, I mean, it would have been okay, but I just kind of kept looking around and I found this truck. I seen it on Craigslist probably, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I think. And I think it was like $1,500 and they lowered it to $1,200. So then, you know, I do what I always do, I just lowball them. And I said, hey, will you consider $600? And I didn't hear nothing, so I thought, nah, they weren't going to respond. And then this is the one I really wanted because it's kind of new, you know, it's an 05. And so I I got an email like 2 days later, and he's like, hey, do you still want the truck? He said somebody came by and they stole the hood and the grill. So he's like, I'll take $600, just come get it. And I was like, okay, sounds good to me. And so he had the VIN posted, and I looked up some stuff, you know, and you know, it said that it had a 6-liter, and so I think it has like the 14,000 pound GVW brakes on it, and I was like, well, hell yeah, for $600, you know what I mean? So LS is my forte here, right? That's what we like to do here. So I figured I would do it, and so that way I can pull the freaking K10 up on here and haul it to the trail. And if I just do that, then it's no big deal, and this thing drives nice, or will drive nice when I'm done. And then, like when I go to Moab, I can put my freaking K10 on here, and then I can pull my freaking travel trailer, so I gotta sleep in a tent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting too old for that, you know. So that's it. So I figured $600 was a pretty dang good price for this, and I could not pass it up. So let me bust out the light. Let's take a quick look around. I haven't even really had time to look at it. I wanted to do a video going there and getting it and all that stuff, but the wife took me over and I had the boy with me, or the boy was in the Suburban, and he was, you know, how 16 months olds, they have like their circle of needs. There's only a certain amount of time before they need some needs, and so he was starting to get kind of restless, and so I wanted to just, you know, get this back here. So I checked it, kicked the tires, and looked around it a little bit, and I drove it across town over here. I mean, I just took the surface streets, went slow, like 40, and it never got hot or anything. So yeah, so let's get the light, let's walk around, see what we got. All right, so, you know, I mean, overall the cab, I mean, it ain't too crazy. There's something going on here. I don't know what it's like a sign company that had this truck. Today I already went down and titled it, and got a, you know, like a temporary movement permit, and got insurance on it, and it's only gonna cost me like $30 a month or something, I think. Anyways, so coming up here, it's got a kind of a wrinkled fender, but nobody, I can live with that, or I'd probably just go get one out of the wrecking yard. I mean, these things are starting to pop up in the wrecking yard a lot now, so I should be able to get that, a hood and a grill for, I don't know, hopefully not too much money, and then we're back in action. So there it is. The ad said that the motor was rebuilt 2,000 miles ago, which I'm not sure if it was or not. All I know is that it was misfiring on the drive here. I mean, it still got me home, but there was a definite misfire. I'm not sure. I mean, I'll have to look at it. I don't know if there's a misfire, if the cat's plugged or something. I mean, that happens on these older vehicles. It says that the odometer says 350,000, so I definitely believe it. The brake fluid's black, and frickin', I don't know, but it's missing the, they said the trans was overheating, but it didn't overheat on me. So first thing I did before I drove it is I felt the fan clutch, and it doesn't, you know, it's not spinning freely, you know what I mean? So, but we're missing the lower shroud down there, so that can definitely do it, especially when this cooler is kind of sitting down low a little bit. And maybe we'll upgrade the cooler, I'm not sure, but definitely needs some, I think it just really needs some TLC is what it needs. And let me pull the cable, we'll look on the other side. Alright, so the front of the truck here, it's looking okay. It's got some dents in the fender, not too bad. This fender over here and door and stuff's looking pretty good. Front tires are gonna need to be replaced. Yeah, you know, it's just gonna need some safety stuff. You know, it's just gonna need some love. But nothing that I've seen so far, and like I said, I haven't really looked so far, but I mean, driving it wise, I mean, it didn't pull. It definitely needs an alignment because the steering's cocked, but it didn't pull or anything. She needs a good pressure washing and stuff like that. And let's show you over here. Here it is. Got a nice little box on it. If there's anything in, they left a bunch of stuff in the glove box that I gotta give back to them. Oh yeah, that works good. Yeah, it'll work. So I better do something with that. Yeah, well, there's the bed. Let's get underneath and check things out, see what we got going on. So driving, when I got in and I noticed that it wasn't registering oil pressure. So I do know that I do know that these things are common for the pressure cylinder to go out, so I wasn't really worried about it. I heard some noises. I think it has something to do with the transmission or something. This is a bad side to look at. We need to go to the other side. Anyways, I'll just show you around on the frame a little bit. Yeah. I think it's got that 11.5 inch ring geared rear end, so we'll have to drain that and put some new fluid in it. And it looked like on one of the brakes over here, one of the seals could potentially be leaking. So let me get the other side and we'll get a better look at this sucker. Alright, let's get up underneath this sucker and have a look-see. So we'll check our trans. I believe we got pretty sure we got an 80. That looks like an 80 to me. Yeah? Huh? I don't know. It does. Then we got a little red filter on the side, so I think it's an 80. Yeah. Anyways. So that's kind of cool. It was making some kind of noise up here, and I don't know if it was in the transmission or if it was in the engine. I mean, we're gonna figure it out, but I don't know. But anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so let's scoot back here. What we got going on? So apparently they said the rear fuel tank, the pickup's bad. I don't know, it doesn't have a cap on it. Here's the front fill. I'm gonna have to look into it and see what's going on. I don't exactly know. But I know this thing was read full the whole way here, so I'm willing to bet that the gauge is, something's messed up, either the cinder or the gauge. Probably the gauge, I'd imagine. They're just getting old. I think the fuels go out in them a lot. Maybe somebody will chime in. One of my Chevy guys. I know when I was at Chevy did that. So there's our rear end. You can see we got some leakage going on there. It's flinging it out. Flinging it out of the wheel seal there. The back tires don't look bad. The one over on the far right is low on air. I don't know if it's going to hold air or not, but at least they don't look too bad. As long as they're load range E, should be alright. It's freaking bugs attracted to my light. But anyways, yeah, so I don't know. There's the leaf springs. Got a big double pack on it. Don't look like this side's leaking, but I'll probably replace them both just to pull it apart and to check. I don't know if we gotta probably replace the pinion seal, I guess, while I'm at it. These ones are a little different. They don't have that big front pinion cover on them. I don't have to read up on these rear ends. I don't know much about them. They're heavy duty. It didn't make any noise, but I know obviously it's leaking over there. So I don't know, maybe this was a previous leak, or maybe it's new, or whatever. Get out of here, bug. let you have a look under the flatbed here. And I can look at the video later. They're pretty good. Cross beams, I guess. I don't know how thick they are though. They seem pretty decent though. I'll have to beef some up depending where the wheels of the truck go and whatnot. Let's see. They're that thick, but they're probably pretty strong. And back here, so I guess it used to have one of them lifts on it, it seems like. So they did a pretty good job though. I'll show you the hitch. It still has the big things there, but it's kind of cool. It's got a big area down here, so that'd be probably a pretty cool area to store some ramps or something. I don't know, figure something out. But yeah, I mean, that's like 1/4-inch material. I don't know, it's all gusseted up. Not a lot, I mean, a little bit of rust, but not like a crazy amount. It looks like they did these and like didn't coat them or didn't paint them or something, but I don't know. It looks pretty stout to me. I don't think it's going nowhere. I think it'll be fine pulling my travel trailer. All that stuff's beefy down there. Look at all that stuff. That thing's freaking, look at that beam. Freaking thing is like 3/8 thick. I don't know. So yeah, it should be okay. Alright, let's check out the bed a little bit. Get up on there. Check out the important part where my truck's gonna be parked. Only damage I did see back here, I don't know if maybe they hit something on this, but it looks like it tore the side, so I'm probably just gonna pull it back in and then I'll just fix it up a little bit just to straighten it out. Or maybe, yeah, because look at all of this. Is crazy because this is like so thin. Like, this isn't even like, it ain't even like 120 wall. It's just like, it's like super thin. So I don't know, I have to figure what I'm gonna do here. I may have to like replace the whole deal, or I may, I don't know, maybe beef it up. But it's got this big gusset and it just ripped it right there. So this gusset's like, it's like 1/4 inch or more, a 1/4 inch. All right, let's get up here and look at this thing. Talking your ear off. I'm like kind of intrigued, you know what I mean by it. So here's the bed. Imagine we're gonna need some new wood up here. Looks like they did some kind of little patch job here. I don't know what kind of holes in there, but yeah, I don't know, we'll see. I got until like September to try to get this done so I can get the truck on it and go to Moab. So yeah, we just got a few things to do, and well, actually a lot of things to do, but we'll get it. Yeah, so it's weird back here. They got like, I don't know what it was like a sign company, like I said. So they got like, I don't know, these are going through the freaking cab, or I have no idea what's going on. But it's like it was a cab and chassis, but it looks like it had a regular back window. Maybe the window just broke or something, but they put some kind of nasty old freaking thing. I don't know. It's gonna all come off, but that's a little weird. But I mean, you can see through it. They got some like plexiglass there. So anyways, let's go inside and take a peek, but let's show you the bed here. I'll have to go measure it and see if it's going to be long enough for the K10 to be up on here. I may need to extend it a little bit. If I do extend it, what I'm probably going to end up doing, since there's all that beef down there, I'll probably just make some like, I'll probably just dove nose the back, or not dove nose it, but I mean I'll probably dove the back, just, you know, do some like, make it look like ramps. And then I could make shorter ramps. So yeah, I don't know. Let's check her out. The door, dash. I mean, it's like, it's used, but like the dash ain't all busted up. The seat, but you remember I got this couple of these seats in my garage, so the only problem I have with it is it's freaking cocked all forward. See that there? Oh, sorry. See that there? I had to freaking look all stupid driving, but anyways, we got her home. And then like they just left a bunch of stuff in here, so I'm gonna ask them if they want it back. I don't know. They knew I was coming to get the truck, so I don't know why they didn't take it all out. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna get the key. I don't know if it'll power up. The battery was pretty dead. I had to jump it. I didn't even want to light up any lights when I freaking first did it. Anyways. Yeah, so she got some miles on her. But, you know, that's good, right? So there's the rest. The headliner falling down. Here's the back. Yeah, so it's like, it looks like it, had a window and then they frickin' screwed a frickin' billboard to it or something. I don't know. That's frickin' crazy to me why they would do something like that, but that's when you're at a sign company and you gotta look. You can see it glowing, the frickin' clear silicone. Crazy. I would start it and let it run. Let me tell you about some of the things that I noticed just from driving it. Like I said, it's got a misfire. It was making some kind of noise. It almost sounded like the lower end of the engine because it wasn't registering any oil pressure. But I think it's something in the trans or in the front or in the connection there, and something going on. Something that's loose, because I think the shaking of the truck was making some noises. So I don't know if the exhaust looses. I don't know what the hell's going on, but the engine ran fine. I checked it. It had oil in it, and I know that it's common for those cinders to go bad, so it probably just has a bad cinder, because he was telling me that they drove it across town like recently and it didn't get hot. So I mean, I don't know how long they've been driving it with a miss, and like I said, I don't know if it's a miss or if it's a frickin' clogged cat, or I mean, I don't know right now, to be honest with you. But we'll get a new battery. You know, it's got a Hydro Boost that looks like it's a leaky old mug. I got to get a lower fan shroud, but the AC blows nice and cold, so I can't beat that. I cranked that sucker for a minute and it blew nice and cold. I kept it off for the drive just because I didn't want it to heat up, but it didn't. Like I said, the engine temp was fine. It was 210, and the trans never went above 200, so I'm not really sweating that. Just, service everything, change some sensors, do some wheel seals. I'm gonna go get a tape measure and measure now and see what my measurement is as far as this, see what, so I can get some ideas on how I want to lengthen it. Probably, I don't know, like I probably need to redo this bed. I don't know if how much I want to fool with it, but I do want to probably beef it up a little bit before I put my truck on here. But I think with this truck here, I'm going to get in and I'm going to find some GVW numbers, but I think with this truck being a cabin chassis, I think with the truck on here, I think I'll still be like under GVW. So I think that's the case. That's why I was looking for a cabin chassis. I was gonna do something bigger. I had found like a 71. It was a 71 like C50. Had a nice tilt bed on it. Had an SM465 and a 350. But it was just so big, and once I saw this and I knew that it was new, and just be a lot more comfortable, a lot easier to drive. It's got a 6 liter and a 4L80. I just figured it would be a hell of a lot better, and so the price was better on this one, in the end. So we got some stuff, we got some work to do. I'm going to come out here, I'm going to make a list of what I need to do, but I wanted to show this to you and let you know what we're going to get into. As far as the K20, she just wasn't going to be, I just don't think the K20 was going to be beefy enough for what I was going to do with it. And I want to go a little bit bigger, and I want to be able to pull my freaking travel trailer, and like that's a 27 footer. I mean, it dry, it weighs like 6,000 pounds of dry, and the Bourbon does okay. It's still a little sloppy because it's got the coils. It don't have the leafs. I'm sure the K20 would have been all right, but I think this thing is going to be like 1,000 times better, and I can put my K10 on the back. So that's it. That's all. I wanted to show this to you guys. So please comment. And obviously, if you ain't subscribed, subscribe, because we're going to be getting on the $600 crawler hauler pretty soon here. So I'm going to get right on this sucker ASAP. The K20 is probably, I'm going to think about it a little bit, but I think the K20, I'm probably just going to end up selling it off. Just because, it can go to a good home and somebody else can start a project on it. It's a pretty good foundation for somebody. So yeah, that's it. Appreciate you guys. You guys take care. Have a good night.